Good morning and welcome to this morning's reflection. The Son of Man is a title which Jesus often used to describe himself, and it was a term first used in the book of Daniel in the Old Testament. Daniel chapter 7 and verses 13 to 14. I saw in the night visions, and behold, with the clouds of heaven, there came one like a son of man. And he came to the Ancient of Days, and was presented before him. And to him was given dominion and glory and kingdom, that all peoples, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, and his kingdom one that shall not be destroyed. This title, Son of Man, pictures a glorious cosmic figure. So when Jesus called himself the Son of Man, it must have been very confusing, for he was just an ordinary, itinerant rabbi. Where was the splendor? Where was the lightning? Where were the flowing robes? Where was the power to call down angels and establish his kingdom? Yet he continued to insist on this title. This title is in complete contradiction with a crucified, bleeding Christ, with one who sups with tax collectors and prostitutes. He talked like a king, but he acted like a slave. By the time John came to write the Revelation, the people knew Jesus the man very well. They were confident and comfortable with the very human image of Jesus Christ, and they needed to be reminded of his glorious heavenly image. And so it was time to reintroduce the apocalyptic splendor of Daniel's Son of Man, so that people would be reminded that Jesus was gloriously heavenly and ordinarily human. And so it is appropriate that this be the last word. The danger is that the largeness and mystery of Christ may be lost, and religion become flat and insipid. Christ came to bring heaven's fire to earth. So the last word on Christ is this glorious Danielic vision. The Son of Man is presented in a familiar context. I saw 7 golden lampstands, and in the midst was the Son of Man. The lampstands are the churches. It is impossible for people to glamorize the churches. They were poor, often sordid, and frequently faithless. And it is in this environment that God shows Christ in all his splendor as the Son of Man. Christ's splendor and his ordinariness go hand in hand. There are many who resent having to deal with the church, for they are only interested in the Christ. And the church is full of ambiguity, marred with cruelty and cowardice, tarnished with hypocrisy. People are often disgusted by the church. But Christ is known by faith to be in pre-existence with the Father. He is believed to be glorious in the heavens, but he is received in the everyday environs of the ordinary church, in the ordinary company of you and I as we worship. The vision of Christ begins with his clothing, a long robe with a golden girdle round his breast. Clothing defines the role. He vests with the garments prescribed for a priest. Exodus 29 and verse 5. The Son of Man is a priest. A priest presents God to us. A priest brings together the human and the divine. Priests do not protect God's holiness from human sinfulness by setting up barriers. The priest opens up roots closed by fear and guilt or ignorance so that we can access God. He is as much on our side as he is on God's. After the clothing, there is the head and the eyes, which declare the character. His head and eyes show him to be forgiving. He is pure. His head and hair are white as wool, white as snow. Christ is clean and holy. His eyes are like flaming fire. Fire penetrates and transforms. Christ's gaze penetrates and purifies. He does not look at us, he looks into us. His feet were like burnished bronze. Here the Son of Man is contrasted with the flawed feet in Nebuchadnezzar's dream. Christ's feet are not flawed. And in his right hand he held 7 stars. The 7 stars are the 7 planets, for only 7 were known in the 1st century. And he holds them in his right hand. It means that they are ready for use. He runs the cosmos. Later on, the stars represent the angels of the 7 churches. God comes near to us. He comes right into our midst, in the midst of the churches. John has used 7 items to describe the Son of Man, and the items are arranged symmetrically. The first and last items, the white head and shining face, are most important. Forgiveness and blessing are the first and final impressions. The second and 6th items, eyes and mouth, are organs of relationship, sight and sound being the chief means of communication. Christ shows God to be in relationship with us. The 3rd and 5th items, feet and right hand, are the paired members of the body that represent capability. Feet give solid underpinning and mobility. The right hand is the instrument of the executive will. God is capable and active on our behalf. The 4th item in the series of 7 is the voice. It is at the center. All prophetic and apostolic words converge in this voice that thunders sounds of passionate love and urgent mercy. So I invite you to read the last word on Christ, Revelation 1:12-20. And see for yourself what the image is that John creates of this cosmic, heavenly Christ. May you be blessed today. Amen.